Becoming completely irresistible to your person is just a mindset shift. That is it. Your reality is a hologram of the way that you're thinking and the way that you're believing. So it's very easy for you to manifest whatever it is that you want, granted that you know how to do it, and granted that you know that it's just a shift away. That's really a key here is, do you really believe that your reality is a reflection? Your reality is a hologram. If you want your person, anyone, anything, if you want to manifest anything, but if you want your person, let's say that you want them to be obsessed with you, all you have to do, if you want them to be love obsessed with you, is be in that frequency of love. And then everything around you is going to follow suit. And when you're in that frequency of love, you're going to know that. You're going to know what's going to happen because that's where you are. That's the reality that you are living in. But what most people are doing is they're trying to figure out how to get their person to be obsessed with them. They're trying to figure out how to make it happen, how to manifest it. So you don't manifest what you want or what you're trying to get or what you're after. There's no action does not equal manifestation. And trying to make something happen or trying to make it so or trying to make it true or trying to make yourself be different, that is not going to manifest what you want either. That's going to manifest more of the lack that you're coming from, more I don't have it, right? So it feels kind of like something that you can't control when you feel like you want something and you're trying to make it happen. So, how do you make that shift into being love, into being the vibration that makes your person being obsessed with you and treating you the way that you want and having this love connection with them just a matter of course? So, first, let me talk about what not to do. So, we're going to talk about impatience because isn't that feeling of impatience and urgency and anxiety and what do I do? That's what we're dealing with, right? So, this is the feeling, the experience that when you're experiencing this, you want this to alert you that you need to become aware. Okay, so you need to get it through your head. Just really decide that you're going to act like you believe that you create your reality, and you're going to act like action isn't going to do it, and worry isn't going to do it, and impatience isn't going to do it. It's when your ego gets triggered that you have to make that decision to alter your course, to alter your thinking, and to do something different. So, one thing that is happening when you're coming from lack and you're being impatient and you're reaching and trying to figure out what do I need to do to make this happen is you're trying to make it's like you're hanging on by a thread to everything. It's like this needs to be the thing. Everything that you come across needs to be the one thing that's going to make it happen. Every video needs to be the video that's going to make it happen. Every moment needs to be the moment that's going to make it happen. But do you see that when you are looking at life and experiencing your life and your journey from a place of, is this going to be the thing that makes it work? Is this going to be the thing that makes it work? Is this going to be the thing that makes it work? This needs to be the thing. I need this thing to work. Did that thing work? Oh my God, it didn't work. 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 It's not the thing. I need the thing that's going to make it work. When you're hanging on for desperate for a solution that you need to be the one solution, the one thing that you're desperate for that's going to make it work, that is coming from lack. That is your impatience is telling the universe, which is you, that, oh, you obviously don't have this thing. You obviously don't believe in having this thing, because if you believed in having this thing, you wouldn't be reliant on this thing to be the one thing that's going to bring you the thing that you want. You see what I'm saying? So I see this all the time, which is why I'm mentioning it. Like, I make videos. I made a video yesterday. And let's just agree on something here. There is no one video that I or anyone else can make that is going to explain to you everything that you need to know. You have to be willing to go on the journey, because when you're willing to go on the journey and you're not attached to any outcome, this detachment is what is telling the universe, which is you, that it's already done. You're feeling relaxed, you're feeling peaceful, it's already done. This is when you can be a cooperative component in your bridge of events. When you're urgently looking and needing something to be the answer and needing everything to be the one, every person, every moment, every video needs to be the one to fix you, to help you, to make it happen. It's funny because you can't actually learn that way. You're going to, like, I can be teaching you guys and it's going to go right over your head, and you're going to be angry at me, and you're going to be angry at everything else, and you're going to think that the thing didn't work when you just didn't actually, from that place, you didn't have the awareness that you needed in order to allow yourself to learn what you needed to learn from that video or from that moment in time or from that thing. See, you're the universe, and therefore, like, the universe is always communicating with you. And when you're on the bridge of events, on the way to the unfolding of your manifestation, you are in tune with receiving the synchronicities, with seeing the synchronicities, with understanding that how everything is working out for you and how you're actually receiving in this moment little pieces of what you need. Yesterday was an introduction to bubble love, and I did explain some things, but then there's always that one person who's like, "You didn't tell us how to do it." Well, sometimes, I mean, I did say um some things that you would need to know about bubble love. What's bubble love? This frequency that I'm saying of love, that when you're in this frequency, your person's not going to have any other choice but to be in love with you. You don't have to try to make them anything. When you become that vibration of love, of having, everything around you is going to reflect that, including them. It is not something that you can finagle out of them, or finagle out of the universe. You manifest it. And when you do this, it doesn't matter who you're talking about, what has happened, they are going to be sucked into your bubble love energy. And this is where the love obsession comes from. A lot of people just can't grasp that this is the way that it works, that you change you and then that changes everything else. And trying to bang it into place in the circumstantial reality is not what makes things happen. It's not what makes things work. That's not what transforms, heals, and changes. But this is what manifesting is. So the shift that you need to make is, instead of allowing yourself, well, the ego, instead of allowing the ego, which is not you, to go unchecked, feeling impatient, urgent, desperate, and frantic. Instead of allowing that to happen and going with that, you need to know how to shift your state so that you, first of all, understand that there's a big difference between who you really are, what you really are, the observer, the watcher, the eternal observer, the creator, versus the ego, which is just an avatar that you're inhabiting, that has its own thoughts, its own feelings, but those thoughts and feelings and stories do not represent you. You have free will to choose what you're going to entertain and what you're not. So When you know that, that is when you can initiate the shift into a place of alignment where you can align with love and where once that shift happens, and I'm going to tell you one thing about how you can make this happen for yourself or how you can help yourself do this. But once that shift happens, all of a sudden there's more clarity. All of a sudden, you're not urgent anymore. You're not frantic anymore. You're not desperate anymore. You're not in question mode. All of a sudden, you either feel like you have the answer that you need, which may not be anything specific at all, just a general knowing that you're getting what you want, that you're in the right place, that it's all happening for you. Here's one way that you can help yourself shift into this frequency that when you do this, it's going to help you. Well, if you accomplish the shift, you're going to see that reflected around you. And this is what will create the outcome that you want. And if that's your person being lovingly obsessed with you and being in a great relationship with them, this is what's going to do it. It has to do with visualization and feeling it real. But here's the thing about that. What I notice is that if you are too identified with ego and circumstantial world, then you're going to have trouble with disconnecting from that enough in order to visualize and feel a thing real. Because when you're disconnected from ego and circumstantial reality, you can think a thing and it happens. You can imagine a thing and it happens. And you can change your state of embodiment very quickly and easily. So, are you willing to let go of what you think and believe is true about the illusion, about circumstances, about reality? Are you willing to let go of circumstances, whatever happened between you, whatever the story is, whatever the ego is telling you? Can you disconnect and let go of those things? Because that's a requirement. If you are able to drop everything and come into a clear state where you can imagine very vividly and with feeling you and your person being in the relationship that you want to be in, them treating you the way that you want to be treated, you receiving what you want to receive. If you can experience that vividly, the next part to that is you have to equate the feeling it real with the knowing that for a fact it is real. That when I feel it real, it is real. That is a fact. I'm experiencing it as if it's real right now. That means it is real right now. And you have to know that. You have to know that it's real more than anything else. When you are able to do that, you will know that what you want is coming. You will know that it's inevitable. Now, here's the thing about manifesting yourself to be firmly fixed in this state of love. The more that you can occupy the state of your wish fulfilled, the more that you can follow your joy. And these two states have something in common: following your joy, occupying the wish fulfilled, imagining it as if it's real and already done. You're going to feel a sense of gratitude or love, same thing. You're going to feel gratitude, appreciation. You're going to feel good. The more that you can feel that, the more that you are working your way towards a state of bubble love. Bubble love meaning you're experiencing a dominant state of love, which makes manifesting love with your person and manifesting other things that you want just a matter of course. The more that you can entertain your dream, the more that your dream becomes your reality. Do you know that? And do you believe that? And is that what you're practicing? Because when you really know and believe that, you're going to practice that. That's going to have your attention. So here's a question. I'm manifesting being skinny again. My mom is like, since you're not little anymore, who do I stay in the end? How do I stay in the end mentality, even though physical is catching up? Also, when breadcrumbs and partials are there about my life, I'm not fully committing to. Am I not fully committing? I feel amazing and my manifestations are set because I chose it for myself. Just curious, how do I continually keep being happy? This is what I'm talking about with shifting your state. You're going to find yourself in moments where you're not feeling it. So all that means is that's the indicator that you need to shift back into entertaining your dream, into your wish fulfilled, into feeling it as if it's real, entertaining it as if it's real. It's just a shift in your state. This is the only shift that you need to do in order to manifest whatever you want, including your person. What a lot of people don't know is that when you practice this a lot, like primarily when you are living in your dream more than the reality, the scales are going to tip at some point and you're going to establish a new vibrational baseline. This new vibrational baseline feels really good. It feels like, I don't know, maybe a greater sense of gratitude all the time that you're experiencing. All the time, your state is at a higher baseline than it was before. This is the bubble love state that I'm talking about. And you can experience that on a lower grade level or higher grade level. It depends on how the intensity of your practice and the frequency of your practice. It depends on how much you believe in what you're doing and how much you're doing it. But I highly recommend it. I highly recommend doing this until that frequency starts to take over and you start to feel it real even more of the time, until there's no room for doubt because this frequency is there and it's covering you and protecting you from fear and from doubt. You just find yourself knowing. And when you know something, it's going to happen. So it's worth doing. I know that a lot of people have never really been in this state, or if they have been, then they didn't really know how to navigate this state. But it's the most powerful state that I've ever been in. And I never have gotten better results than when I was in that state. Now, I have known things into being, but whenever I would simply know things into being, and it's not that you don't know it into being when you're in bubble love, you do, but with bubble love, there's a good feeling associated with that, like a really emphatic, blissful feeling associated with that. And when you're simply knowing something into being, you might feel okay or you might feel good, but you don't feel blissful. And I prefer the blissful feelings to accompany my manifestation. And I prefer to be able to pull someone else into that experience with me so that they can experience those emphatic feelings as well. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about making a person completely lovingly obsessed with you. And, some people can say, hey, that's pie in the sky stuff, but I know it for a fact because I've absolutely done it before on many occasions. And it's something that you can do at will when you harness this state. So just keep in mind that you're not trying to manifest them. You're manifesting you. You are a manifestation of your thoughts, of your beliefs. You, the avatar, you, which is not the real you. It's subject to change. But the you that you call I, the you that you're inhabiting, is a manifestation. And so you can manifest yourself to be any version of you, any embodiment of you that you like. And if you want to manifest yourself to be the embodiment of someone who easily magnetizes everyone, including your person, then you can do that. There are no limits to this. All right, so if you want to work with me more closely, join my group where I'm teaching you guys how to manifest bubble love for yourself and your reality unconditionally. That link is in the description below or in the comment below. Also, don't forget, if you're still watching this video, that means you liked it. So make sure that you click the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.